some moons ago, I decided to try some old Ballantruan in a bar, and I may have fallen a teensy-weensy bit in love with it, and I may have not shut up about it for about 4 or 5 months, and one of you guys may have actually ended up with a bottle of the old Ballantruan on your Christmas wish list and been bought it for Christmas as a consequence of my constant ranting and raving about it. You're welcome, Cody, by the way. So it should come as no surprise that there is a sequel, a part 2 to Old Ballantruan. But we're not going to be talking about this one today. But I wanted this here because I don't have a full bottle and I needed something here to, I don't know, glow in the, not in the dark, but like, you know, for setup. So this is the original, this is their no age statement, 50%, and it's lovely. I like all the sort of retro design on it because I'm a sucker for those kind of things. See Ben Nevis videos for further details. What we're going to be talking about today is something that a man in the whiskey world has sent me. It's come from a man called Cody. He works for Tomintoul, and he also nips into my work a fair bit. Not seen him much recently, but he's, you know, I think he's doing tastings on Pluto and stuff now. You know, very, very successful man now. And he was kind enough to drop in and give me a couple of sample bottles. So he gave me 2. This is the Old Ballantruan 15-year-old, which you would know if you had read the title to the video. And if you haven't, and you've just clicked on this on whimsy, then you need to sort your life out more than I do, and that's saying something. And he also dropped off the Tomintoul cigar malt, so we're giving that a go at some point. Quite excited. I don't smoke cigars. That's why I sound this ridiculous. But hey-ho, maybe I should take them up. I'm not taking up cigars. I've gone this far without smoke. Have I ever told you the story of why I never started smoking? Right, buckle in, because this needs to breathe for a minute, so we'll tell this one quickly. Back when I was a wee tiddler, child, my sister was round, and my mother had a couple of cans, you know. I was about 6 years old. And she was talking to my sister, and they were like having a smoke in the living room, you know, and I was getting all the passive smoke. I was 6 years old. And at one point, my sister talked about like when she started smoking in high school. And then my mum turned to me, having had a few scoops. I was 6 years old. And she said to me, "Oh, John, when are you going to start smoking?" And I went, "Never." I was 6 years old. And she said, "Oh, that's what your sister said." And in my head, I just remember thinking, "Oh, it's on, bitch." Never touched a cigarette since. No, I don't think that it was deliberate reverse psychology, but it fucking worked. No, I'm not going to tell that joke. So this is... Where was I going with this? I don't know. I was talking about cigars, wasn't I? Anyway, that filled a couple of minutes, so you know that'll have got the... That's got the old watch time off, if nothing. Oh, I am scum. So anyway, whiskey. This is the Old Ballantruan 15-year-old. I don't have too terribly much details from you. I will leave a full biography of this down in the description down below, and you'll also be able to check out the channel scorecard where I leave my scores for things that I've tried, both on reviews and just when I'm out and about. So there'll be a few things that you'll see on there that I haven't talked about on the channel. One that's come up fairly recently, actually. I finally got my hands on the Octomore 12.2. You won't see a bottle because I didn't buy a bottle. There was a bar near me, I say near me, in Edinburgh, you know, it's a bus ride away, that was stocking it. So I was like, yes, I shall have one whiskey, please. And they brought me the whiskey, and I really quite liked it. If you want my full review on it, there's a written review on my Patreon. If you chuck us a quid, you'll get access to it. There we go, carrot and the stick. That's how this works, apparently. Gotta love how to make a living. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to this. Now then, I really like the Old Ballantruan. I really like peated whiskey. I adore 15-year-olds of pretty much any expression. It just seems to be like the sweet spot for me is the 15-year-old. So there's every possibility I'll just like come everywhere. So if that's the case, this will be an OnlyFans exclusive. I'm just going to stop that train of thought entirely before this goes any further. My bosses watch these. I don't know how I'm still employed. I really... I can't tell if my bosses watch this or they monitor me at this stage. Could be either, really. Smoked back bacon. Meaty, savoury, little peated. The smoke is quite delicate, which I'm rather liking, actually. Oh yeah, it's smoked back bacon. I don't know how else to describe that. It's wonderful. If you like bacon and you like whiskey, this is up your. This is lovely. There's a little bit of like a bourbon vanilla, kind of like the extract that you stick in cakes. A little bit of like white pepper. It's a little bit spicy. I don't know why I'm sniffing it like that. I look like an ill aardvark. It's like soft caramel notes to it as well. It's really just quite a comforting nostril experience. Which... No, I'm not making a grinder joke. Oh, that's different. Genuinely, that's quite different. Sorry, that took me off guard a little bit there. I'm going to have to... Interesting. Interesting. Oh, Cody, you knew what you were doing, you bastard. If no one's ever had candied walnuts, you should. They're fucking delightful. It's a lovely, nutty caramel, slightly savoury, oily flavour. Really not doing well with my words today. I don't know why I chose today as a recording day. Oh yeah, because I've got some time on my hands for a change. That's why. It's a problem with like recording blocks with me sometimes. Either I'm in the zone or I'm not, but I just kind of have to do it anyway. And it's... The hell was that? There was like a bang at the window just then, and now I'm quite scared. Okay, I mean the cat's in, so that's concerning. Where was I before I was in a horror film? We've got to double check. There's a fascinating red apple backbone to this. It goes all the way through. It's creamy, a little buttery. The smoke is very integrated. We've talked about this in the past with certain malts where the smoke can be overwhelming, and we've talked about malts where it's very integrated, meaning it melds very well into the existing flavours of the spirit. I mean, it is part of the spirit, but it doesn't feel like a tacked-on addition, which sometimes it can be. It's either like it's a jumper that's kind of covering up the flavour. With this, it's more kind of like, no, I'm going to kind of like, you know, play a part, but I'm not going to smother everything. And this is that. The smoke itself, it's a beautiful, gentle, sweet smoke. I mean, I'm not a barbecuing enthusiast, so I don't know the differences between like a hickory smoke or a, I don't know, what other wood do you burn? Mulberry wood or something, I don't know. I'm not up enough on that. I'm not macho enough to do my own barbecuing. I've done those like little shitty tinfoil trays and like, you know, scorched the earth with it and given people food poisoning. I've done that, but that's it. But yeah, this is like if you tried smoking red apples, and it's delightful. There's a beautiful, rich caramel flavour to it. It's delicately sweet, quite fruity, and the smoke just kind of like peppers in and out. It just like reminds you it's there without being obstructive or obtrusive. Both work. This is a sound malt. It's a little nutty. There's like a little bit of walnut in there. I'm going to stick a bit of water in it, speaking of, because I just realised actually I've not actually gotten that far yet, because I kind of lost track of time a little bit with that. I'm just going to pop in enough, just a little, sorry, because I really don't think it needs much. There's more butterscotch elements coming out now. The overall proposition is sweeter. It's kind of like you're cooking with butter, or has anyone ever made French bread? French bread. I told you I wasn't in the zone. Has anyone ever made French toast with brioche bread? That's where I'm going with that. That. Brown butter, sweet, little yeasty. It's not sulfury. I want to quickly point that out, because obviously there's an egg component to that. There's no like sulfur or anything, any off notes. So I'll, you know, quickly mention that. It's someone getting into their car. Okay, that's what that noise was. It's like a Halloween special in here all of a sudden. To let you know that it's there, but it's not a punch in the face. It's a sweet smoke. It's like, I've used this one in the past, but I'm going to use it again. It's like if you made salted caramel using that smoked sea salt that Malden do. There are other smoked salts out there. It's just the one that I know is readily available. So there we go. I'm not the BBC. I'm allowed to say it. And thank God, because that means I get to keep my funding. What times we live in. There's a vegetable component. And I'm going to go out here, and I don't think I've ever used this tasting note before, because it's not... There's like official tasting notes that you're supposed to stick with, and I don't do that. I give them the middle finger and I go, if it reminds me of something, it sparks off a neuron, I will say it. And that is why I'm a rank amateur. But I'm getting artichoke. I call it as I see it, and that's the danger with giving me things. Because you don't know what I'm going to say, because I'm a loose cannon, let's face it. I mean, I really like artichokes. Artichokes on a pizza? Yeah, they're great. Have you ever seen an artichoke flower? It's fucking freaky, man. There's a gentle, honeyed sweetness. The smoke is more of a background player on this one now. It's like it's the triangle in a symphony. It's contributing without wanting to be showy. It's performing a function. And what the rest of the malt is doing is it's giving you this sweet, fruity, slightly meaty, savoury kind of surprisingly balanced, flavourful experience. It would be a really good gateway whiskey for people that aren't really into their peat, I reckon. If they want to maybe explore that side of things, but they're not quite sure that they're... It's a good candidate. It is. Because the whole way through with this as well, it's been very gentle. It's delicate, easygoing. I mean, I've had some drams tonight which have, like, you know, punched me in the face. So by comparison, for the smoky one to be the gentle one is weird. But I'm here for it. The age will probably have helped with that a little bit. But as well, it's brioche French toast with an apple compote and a little bit of smoked sea salt on top. If you're into your breakfast metaphors? Similes. That's definitely a simile, John. You're saying it's like something. Jesus Christ. You have a degree in this. Fuck it, finish the whiskey. Oh, it's nice, it's nice. What more do you want from me? Jesus, words. Let me know. This is why I don't get sent shit, usually. People know better. Let me know down below. Have you tried Old Ballantruan? I know I've asked that question before. What whiskies have you had that have pleasantly surprised you? I wouldn't say this has surprised me necessarily, because obviously Ballantruan's a known quantity to me, because I'm extra like that. But yeah, very different proposition to this. This one's much more rock star, whereas this one's kind of like settling down a bit, you know, it's got a kid on the way. It's trying on a suit for the first time, you know, there's still a little bit of that kind of like, you know, youthful energy about it. Am I making any sense here? I'm personifying way too much. I got that one right. Let me know down below what, just talk about, let me know down below what whiskey you've had recently. Or gin, or rum, or Sambuca? Sambuca? What am I talking about? Shakshuka? No. What are they called? Kombucha. That's the one. Fuck me. That was like a Victoria Wood sketch. Just leave a comment. Tell me how your dog's doing. I think I need an ambulance. Thumb the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if this appeals to you. I mean, that's not going to work.